A friend, a mother, a chef, and a baker all at once. We are here today, guys, with Sasha Brown. Excuse the background noise, guys. We're actually filming in the Blend of Burlington, North Carolina. The Blend, once again, of Burlington, North Carolina. Really cool spot. Be sure to check that out for all your coffee needs. Sasha, please tell us about your background a little bit. Your upbringing. How did we get into baking? Um, Go ahead and give us a little rundown.
Okay, so my name is Sasha Brown. I am the owner of Valdita Sweets and Treats. I make cakes, cookies, pies. I make it all. Um, I have been in business for about 3 years. I've been baking since I was 12, so that gives me about 15 years. I've been doing some cakes and stuff. Um, but I just love to bake, so yeah.
Okay, okay. Nothing's wrong with the love of baking. Some of us can't cook, like the person interviewing. But baking and cooking, same thing, different thing?
No, two different things. Two different things. I'm the
Okay,
baker. I'm the baker. I
okay.
tried the cooking thing, but touching all that raw meat and stuff, and then having to eat like everything, I was like, yeah, nah. But sweets, I can literally eat everything that I make because it's sweet stuff.
Most challenging thing to bake. We're going to kind of skip around a little bit, guys, so be patient with us on the interview today. Once again, this is the No Name interview. Matter of fact, this is not a podcast. Once again, guys, this is not a podcast. It is the No Name interview. Once again, we're going to jump back to it. What is your most challenging thing to bake?
Challenging. Um, Cinnamon rolls. I think cinnamon rolls are the hardest thing for me to bake because every time I bake cinnamon rolls, they always come out hard. And I like soft and fluffy cinnamon rolls. Like Cinnabon, I want mine to look like that. And they don't never come out like that, even though I can't compare the two, but mine don't come out the way I be wanting it to come out. So cinnamon, I would say cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon roll, one of my favorites, but
I know,
okay.
right?
Okay, cinnamon rolls. I would have expected something different, but cinnamon rolls, that's just fine.
Yeah, I have a hard time with cinnamon rolls.
Why bacon? I always wanted to ask. I mean, we're going to touch on a little bit, guys, about her being nominated for the greatest baker by Buddy Valastro of Cake Boss. So we're going to get into that. Stay tuned for that. But why baking? Why Valdita? And where did you come up with the name?
Um, so I'm adopted, and my adopted mom, or my mom, I don't even say adopted, but my mom, her middle name is Valdita, and
Oh,
so
wow.
I actually took that
Oh,
in honor of
wow.
her to give um, her and my daughter because I end up giving my daughter the same middle name, Valdita.
That is super
And
sweet.
so it's just an honor to them, something that I love to do. It's my passion, so it's it means a lot. It means a lot.
Wonderful.
Why baking? With getting adopted, just to like have some, I guess, family time as we used to call it.
Yes,
My
yes.
parents, we used to get in the kitchen and we all bake together. If it could have been cookies, it could have been Rice Krispie treats, it could have been no bake oatmeal cookies. It was
Wow.
different things. So that's actually what got me into baking. And then we started watching Cake Boss.
Oh, wow.
And so
Wow.
I've been watching Cake Boss forever. Like I've been watching it forever. Yeah.
Wow, we love Cake Boss, and how ironic is it that you got nominated for the competition of the Greatest Baker competition? Once again, presented by Buddy Velastro of Cake Boss. We seen that you placed sixth out of like a couple thousand people. How does that feel?
It feels really good. It might sound crazy. I feel like I could try harder, and I know this one was a online competition. Um, but I'm ready for like the hands-on competition because I feel like I can
Absolutely.
push a little bit harder as opposed to just asking people like, "Hey, send out a vote." But I'm really grateful for all my votes that I had got.
Wow.
But it was really good. It was
That's
really good.
wonderful.
I'm proud of myself.
Any words for any upcoming bakers, especially African American women, who are coming into the baking game a little bit?
Um, what I would say is don't look out don't look at outside people. Don't compare your stuff to their stuff because they might have been baking for 20 years, 1 year. It doesn't matter, but everybody moves at different speeds. And then
Absolutely.
just to trust yourself, because if you don't trust yourself, you're nothing's going to come out right. Um, you just got to really believe in yourself. Yeah,
Wow.
and try
Wow.
hard, never stop. Yeah, I could actually go on, but that I feel like those two things are really big. I'm gonna say that because last year, um, I was in a competition
Wow.
and I didn't speak much about it because I was so embarrassed about this. But what had happened was I had the competition. I was ready for it. I thought, and the day of the competition, I was looking for outside people to support me.
Sure.
And so, two
Absolutely.
people that I wanted to come, they told me they weren't coming. So the second they told me they weren't coming, in my head, I just started telling myself like, well, I can't do this, I can't do that, and I
Wow.
actually talked myself out of the competition.
Oh, wow.
Even with having people around me that were encouraging me, like, okay, come on, let's go, you got this, let's go. And because I taught myself out of that competition, I wasn't able to compete this year, or not this year, last year, I'm sorry. So that was 2 years before. So I wasn't able to compete in 2023 and just be seen by Food Network. So I actually missed that opportunity because I taught myself out of an opportunity because I was relying on somebody else to support me instead of just supporting yourself. Like, it
Absolutely.
doesn't matter who supports you. You really have to support yourself and only yourself. Like, or not only yourself, you know what I'm saying, but
Yes,
you
yeah.
really have to go for yourself because if you don't and you talk yourself out of stuff, it's you're gonna mess up opportunities. So like for this year, I couldn't compete in the 2023 competition because I backed out of the 2022 competition, and I lost. Um, I lost a spot to win $10,000 and to be seen by Food Network. So
Wow.
it was rough,
So is
but I
that
couldn't be
is,
mad about that because I mean I couldn't be mad at anyone but me, you know.
right? And I was gonna ask prior, do you use that as fuel? You know, when you're baking stuff now, when you're putting up products for your customers and everything else, do you use that as fuel?
I do. I definitely use that as fuel because it's hard. It's really hard, and then you're trying to please somebody. You're trying to please your customer with the product. So I feel like I really have to just feel myself and look into myself, look at my past mistakes,
Absolutely.
and just be like, okay, I got this. You gotta talk to yourself. You really have to talk to
Yeah.
yourself,
You
and you
feel
have to push.
crazy ever talking to yourself just a little bit?
Yes, but they say if you don't answer yourself, that's the key.
That's
So
it.
I don't
That's
be
it.
answering myself, but I will talk to myself.
Well, Sasha, what is that unique feature that pushes your cakes, you know, kind of beyond everybody else's, you know, beyond the Walmart cake, you know, or beyond the Gigi's cupcakes in Greensboro? You know,
I got
what
you.
really pushes you through?
So I think what pushes my stuff is just my passion behind it. I think once people see your passion and they see how like dedicated you are to pleasing them, pleasing the birthday person, the wedding person, like once they see your passion and they know how hard you go for it, um, it makes you stand out. Like I can't even describe it. Like it's certain days where I feel like I know my stuff is so much better, and not to even sound cocky, but I can't describe it. Like I'm unique because it's my stuff, you know? Like
Right.
it's my stuff.
Right, and guys,
So
we'll go ahead and actually link in some of the extravagant exotic cakes that
oh
Sasha has
God.
baked. The taco cake, guys, is the one that you know is my favorite, kind of the fan favorite. So we'll definitely show pictures in there as well for you guys on that. So we've seen that you made sixth place on the Greatest Baker competition. We've seen that you was nominated for that. Through Buddy Velastro of Cake Boss, you know, which is ironic because once again, you described that as being your childhood show.
Yep.
So you went for it, you did it. We got sixth place out of like 1,000 or so people, probably more than that. So how did that make you feel?
Um, that made me feel proud of myself. Very proud. It made me want to push even harder, but it made me feel really proud of myself. I can't even describe like the feeling that I have of myself. It just makes me want to go so much harder because it's
Right.
like I'm not finished yet.
Right.
Like, yeah, I got six, but I'm first place. Like, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? So I'm not finished yet. So
Right.
it just made me really proud of myself.
Have you ever had that moment where you feel maybe this isn't for me, but
Oh,
you had that triumph and you kept pushing through? What did that moment look like for you?
um, it was breaking down, like just breaking down and crying. That moment looked crazy. Um, the only person that usually sees that side of me is Kenny. Um,
Who's
my
Kenny?
Kenny is my boyfriend.
Okay.
He
Okay.
he he's my backbone with helping me with this business. He's the person that I sometimes take out my anger out or frustration out on when I'm dealing with this, and he's like, babe, just give it to me. Let me take your frustration a little bit.
Wow.
So he just
Wow.
makes life so much easier when it comes to the cake world. But just it's been certain cakes where like in my head I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. I know I can do that. But then actually trying to make it come forth with your hands is something totally different. And like
Right.
you talking about just wanting to give up, throw a cake on the ground, like I've definitely been there.
Right. Wow.
But in that time, you really just have to go put your cake in the refrigerator, come back, like give yourself some time, walk away a little bit, and just come back, try it over again. And then sometimes it's just a laugh. Like if it's nothing too big, just practicing and it don't come out right, I can get frustrated still. But it's more so
Right.
of like, you know what? I know how to do this differently next time.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. We have all been there, but I love how unique and tailored you made that. We're gonna all appreciate that and appreciate hearing that. I appreciate that, Sasha. Really. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna go ahead and kind of wrap it up here. But any advice to anyone? It doesn't have to be tailored to cakes. It doesn't have to be tailored to any kind of business. But any advice that you can give that you held on to that kind of pushed you through.
My advice is just don't give up on yourself. No matter what you think your work may look like, what you think your story may be,
Absolutely.
just don't give up on yourself. And
Absolutely.
just push hard. It's gonna be a lot of people that tell you you cannot do this. It's gonna be a lot of people that tell you that you can do this. But no matter what they say, you have to know for yourself, like this is what I want to do. Um, so just having that drive and that push for yourself is it will get you through so many doors. And then of course you just rely on God. Go to Him for everything. Do not go to people that are going to boost your head with negativity or just that bad vibe, I guess you could say. So I would, yeah, just really believe in yourself.
That's it, guys. Once again, Sasha Brown of Valdita Cakes and Sweet Treats. I'm thankful, super thankful you to join us today.
Thank
Once
you.
again, one of my good friends. Wonderful. It's a whole
We had
moment, guys. It's a whole circle moment
yeah,
going
we
on
had
here.
we had a we had a time today.
It's a whole
I'm
circle
nervous,
moment.
y'all.
No, she's been fantabulous. She has been fantabulous. It has been a true treat to have her here on the No Name interview. Once again, guys, it is a no name interview. It is not a podcast. It is the interview. We're going to go ahead and take it on now. And once again, lastly, we are filming at the Blend today. So all the background noise and the ruckus and the business atmosphere that's going on here, guys, we are located at the Blend of Burlington, North Carolina. And it's been wonderful here. It is absolutely wonderful. Check it out, guys. Make sure to do that. And Valdita Cakes, guys. That's the
Check
spot
us
right
out.
there.
Check us out.
Check us out. That's the spot.